Imagine you've been staring at a disconnected TV for years, waiting for a picture to appear. It's just noise, hissing, chaos, nothingness. When all of a sudden, a perfect high-definition image appears. It stays on screen for 72 short seconds, and then it vanishes forever. Back to static. Back to silence. You're left wondering whether you just witnessed an accident of the universe, or a message meant for anyone patient enough to notice. This is the exact nightmare scenario that scientists have been living with since August 15th, 1977. 48 years ago, something incredible happened. Mankind received the most powerful narrowband radio signal ever recorded, emanating from somewhere in the region of the Sagittarius constellation. This is the WOW signal, the most convincing evidence we've ever had for alien life, and a mystery that has haunted science for nearly half a century. It's 1977. The setting is the Big Ear Radio Telescope in Ohio. Far from a high-tech dish, this was a massive passive antenna that relied on the Earth's rotation to scan the sky. The telescope captured the universe on continuous paper printouts, using an IBM 1130 computer to output alphanumeric values representing incoming signal intensity relative to background noise. In this system, numbers 1 through 9 represented low-level signals, while letters A through Z marked massive spikes, measuring up to 35 standard deviations above the empty static of space. Most of the time, the printer just spat out 1s and 2s, background noise. But a few days after August 15th, astronomer Jerry Amon was reviewing the logs and saw something impossible. A sequence, 6EQUJ5. In the telescope's code, that wasn't a secret message. It was a measurement of volume. The signal went from a whisper to a deafening scream and back to silence, all within exactly 72 seconds. Amon was so stunned he circled it in red ink and wrote "Wow" in the margin. Now, here is why this signal terrified people. It looked too perfect. First, the frequency was exactly 1,420 megahertz. This is the hydrogen line, the frequency emitted by neutral hydrogen, the most common element in the universe. SETI scientists had always theorized that intelligent aliens would use this frequency as a universal meeting point because it cuts through galactic noise perfectly. Second, the duration. The Big Ear couldn't move. It stared at one spot while the Earth spun. Any object in deep space would drift through its view in exactly 72 seconds. The WOW signal lasted exactly 72 seconds. This proved it wasn't an airplane or a spy satellite. It was astronomical. But here's where the mystery gets truly weird. Details that most people miss. The Big Ear telescope actually had 2 ears, 2 feed horns sitting side by side. As the Earth spins, any signal from space should be heard by the first ear, and then 3 minutes later by the second ear. But the WOW signal, it only hit 1. It appeared in the second horn but was completely silent in the first. That means whatever produced this signal must have turned on instantly, blasted us with power, and then cut out before the other ear could hear it. And when we looked at where it came from, it was a relatively empty patch of space in the constellation Sagittarius. No obvious planets, no nearby stars, just a void. As SETI astronomer Seth Shostak famously said, it was like hearing those chains rattling in the attic. If you never hear them again, you can't prove it was a ghost, but you can't sleep soundly anymore either. For 47 years, that was the end of the story, until 2024. A team at the University of Puerto Rico decided to dig through archived data from the Arecibo Observatory. They weren't looking for aliens, they were looking for patterns, and they found them. They discovered 4 signals that looked eerily similar to the WOW signal. They were narrowband, near the hydrogen line, and transient, but they were much, much weaker. The likely culprit? Cold clouds of interstellar hydrogen. This led to a groundbreaking new theory. the Magnetar masers. The theory goes like this. The WOW signal wasn't a radio station. It was a natural laser. Imagine a magnetar, a neutron star with a terrifyingly powerful magnetic field, blasting a flare of radiation into a cold cloud of hydrogen gas. That cloud would suddenly get energized and amplify the signal, beaming it out like a spotlight directly at Earth. So, the WOW signal likely wasn't a greeting from ET. It was the universe showing us a magic trick. A rare moment where a cloud of gas turned into a natural amplifier. But does that make it less cool? No. It means that for 72 seconds, Jerry Amon witnessed a rare cosmic event that human eyes had never seen before. He was right to pick up that red pen. It really was a wow.